Oh yeah, look at that power. So this thing pulls about 600 watts. This takes about 200 watts. There's a total of 800 watts of power being pulled out of that. I don't see any issues with that thing at all. Let's try a heat gun and see how a heat gun works. Look at that. I could run an entire job site with this. Okay, so if you guys know anything about these heat guns, this is a ton of power that these things pull. So let's try this one, turn it off, put it right on high. Wow, 1500, 1600. That is pulling a heat gun. It is actually working with this heat gun. I've got 1537, 38 watts. Wow, that's pulling that. That's impressive, everybody. This is a 1000 degree heat gun. So let's try to fault it out with this. So it was running a continuous 2000 watts of power pull out of this thing before it faulted out. Now to get it to start back, turn that back on. Now I was pushing a lot of power with this using the combination of a full-on heat gun and a drill right here, but that is a lot of power. I am so impressed with this unit right here. I'm gonna go over this BLAVOR power bank, but actually it's a power bank and solar panel all in one. This is one contained unit. This thing is awesome, everybody. I've already used this several times amongst my trips, but I also partnered it up with a solar panel pack right here. Now this pack is the 120 watt pack right here, and you can get this as a kit or you can get the individually. I will go over the solar panel here in a minute, but in this one I'm just going to really show you this little guy right here. This, well, actually it's not a little guy. This thing is a tank. Let's just set this aside. Here's everything I got with it. I got a bag that has all of the accessories in it, and we'll just kind of like go over it. Here's a kind of a warranty card and then a manual on how to use it, how to set it all up, and we will go over this here in a minute. So you get the charger here, and it's just your regular style charger, but the actual output of this thing is input, we got 3.5, output is 24 volts, 10 amps. So this is a pretty powerful charger. Then you get some adapters right here from barrel plug adapters, a barrel plug to barrel plug wire, and then a kind of like a cigarette style, or that way you could run it in your car with that barrel plug, that 12 volt barrel plug. That'll all go in right there. And that's the kit right here. Okay, so let's just go over the unit. So you see how it has that nice big handle right here. You can pick it up. You can see the size of it just like that. It's got kind of this rubberized casing going all the way around. So if it does fall, I think it'd take a pretty good like hit. There's a open right here. So you're asking, why would you open that? Well, check this out. Look what they added on this thing. A 40 watt solar panel built in. This is such a cool feature to have. It is a self-contained unit. You can just grab this. You have a 40 watt solar panel. Now 40 watts is not a lot of power, but it's enough power to keep this thing going for hours upon end if you've got good sun. And it has the little arm back here for adjustment. It feels like it has a little bit of a magnet pull on it. I don't know if it's got a magnet in it, but it sure does feel like it. You got the fan input on this side, and then this side is where all of the magic happens. Let's turn it around right here. You got the display. I don't know how well you can see that display in here. DC out. Now the DC, you've got USB-C in and out right there, which is a 100 watt charger. You've got 18 watt USB-A's coming out right there, and then you got input for the barrel plugs and then output for coming out, going to like whatever. And then you got AC outlet. You got two AC outlets that are 120 volt, 1600 watts between the both of them. And I think the peak on this thing is around about 3200 as far as peak. And then you got the barrel plug input there. So if you needed to run something on there, actually we'll just go over some of the specs of it right here. The battery capacity is a 1024 watt battery capacity. You can see the sizing on it. The weight is 12 kg. I don't know what that is to pounds, but it's not the lightest thing, but it's also not too heavy. Now here's the ways of charging it. You can have it 10 amps, which charge it in 5 hours. That is a 10 amp charger. You got a wall charger, you got a solar panel right here, and you got a car DC, or you got the built-in solar panel. So the built-in solar panel obviously is going to be the slowest of charging right there. There's all of the output devices. If you guys want to, so 18 charges on a full charge. This is kind of like some of the suggested chargings at the 87 charges on a cell phone. If you had this, you could charge your phone 87 times. What I got it for mostly is running, like charging GoPro batteries and things like that. And then this panel right here, so if you get this with the panel, you got a waterproof zipper right there, very nice and compact. You got a little hanger right here for hanging it up, then open it up. Now I put some of my own cords in here, but I'm just gonna show you guys how this thing works. There's some USB outs right there, and a USB-C coming out right there. These cords are mine, by the way, my adapter cords. You do get that with it, some extra kind of barrel plug adapters right there. So there's everything on the solar panel there. You do get these little feet for pulling it out right here. Now I did some traveling not too long ago where I went up into the Blue Ridge Parkway and I was able to use this little guy right here. I put the solar panel up. I showed that it could be charging. It started to get a full charge out of the solar panel. And then I also charged my drone with it. I went and I made some hot water for tea. I've got a little portable kettle that I made some hot water and it worked out perfect. It pulls all of that with no issues. This is something I recommend for anyone that's doing any type of kind of overlanding, camping, or like I do, just a lot of travel and you need to have power on the go. If it's just running a hot plate or making like some breakfast, this thing can do it. I think this is one of the best portable power stations you can get right now that can kind of do everything that you need in a very durable package right here. Partner it up with a solar panel, you will be good for going. Basically, you have power. As long as the sun comes up, you'll have electricity. So yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got on the BLAVOR power station. See y'all in the next video.